Very warm good morning to all the participants from USA and good evening to all the participants from India. On behalf of IACC, we welcome you to this session. This session is going to be on apparel and textiles. And to chair this session, we have Dr. A. Shaktivel, the President of the Federation of Indian Export Organization. Dr. A. Shaktivel has been serving the trade and industry as a member of the board and chairman for 3 times in the Apparel Export Council. And he is currently the Southern region in charge. He has been unanimously elected as the President of the Federation of Indian Export Organizations for the 2nd time by all the members. He played a vital role for the growth of exports of Tirupur and India as a whole. He is the chairman of Government Affairs Committee, IACC. Dr. A. Shaktivel was also the chairman of Tamil Nadu branch of the IACC in the past. Dr. A. Shaktivel was instrumental in bringing in investments for the state of Tamil Nadu from USA during the delegation visit of the government in the month of September in 2019. Dr. A. Shaktivel is the recipient of the prestigious Padma Shri Award, which was given to him in the year 2009 by the Central Government of India in recognition of his exceptional service to the export sector. Dr. Shaktivel was awarded the degree of Doctor of Literature by Bharatiyar University in 2011. We welcome you, sir, and request you to take over the session.
Thank you, Arun. Thank you very much for the nice introduction on me. Arun, first of all, I really appreciate the initiative taken by you for the virtual exhibition and also the like a conclave you are conducting this. My appreciation to you, Arun.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. See, now our subject is on export opportunity of apparel and textile out of India to USA and global. Now, if you speak about the USA market for the textile and the apparels, it is the most important traditional market for us from the day one. Our largest share is, of course, to Europe, but second largest export we do for USA. Same way, if you say take the USA import also, we are the number 4 in exporting to USA, or importing of USA is the number 4. We usually export our traditional items and also all kind of garments we do for USA. There is a big scope for export of our apparel to USA because now the government has announced a PLI scheme, which it's going to promote man-made fiber garments, which is the need of the hour by internationally. The MMF garments means it covers all kind of garments, especially on the sportswear and performance wear, launch wear, everything comes under the MMF garments. Their government understood and realized that India is doing only 15% of MMF garments, and we are doing 85% cotton garments. But whereas all other countries, they export 88% MMF garments and 15% only cotton garments. Now, with this PLI scheme announced by the government, we have a lot of opportunity to make MMF garments domestically and export it. And we actually need, if you see the fiber and yarn, plenty of yarn is available in MMF sector and same way fiber also. But we don't have a proper fabric. So the PLI scheme will help us to get a joint venture or bring a technology collaboration with especially Taiwan, Korea. Even in USA, we were talking about 3 months back with the Rhode Island near New York to have a technology to come and start a joint venture with India to produce especially the sportswear fabric. So, and also now the government has announced a PM Mitra Spark scheme, which is also going to help, that is plug and play for the manufacturing of all kind of garments, and especially for the man-made MMF garments. Here, I should openly say this because now USA has given some restriction of making cotton garments from China produced in the area of one particular area where they're giving about 60% of the cotton comes from that area only. So now India has got a good opportunity to export this cotton garments out of India because whatever the restriction is imposed by USA is giving a opportunity for Indian manufacturer to export to USA. We have done some study on the MMF garments as well as cotton garments. What are the categories? What are the articles we can do? So there is plenty of scope of doing business in the USA. And if you take all big stores, they're all buying big quantity from India. With these opportunities that I want to introduce our panel speakers. First, I'll introduce Mr. Srihari. He's the Managing Director of KG Fabric. The KG Denim Limited is the one of the, or I can say the first denim plant in South India with a huge capital, with a huge capacity. And Mr. Srihari has been awarded National Water Award in 2018. And also, he also won Distinguished Alumni and Young Achiever Alumni Award 2018 from National Institute of Technology. So, he's a AB Technology and Chemical Engineering, first class with honors from Regional Engineering College. And also, I can say because Srihari is the most knowledgeable person in our industry because I have seen him speaking to the ministry and different seminars. So he is going to talk about the subject. What he is going to talk about is showcase opportunity in the Indian textile and apparel sector. How is Indian companies offer an attractive destination for global sourcing? With this introduction, please, Srihari, please take over.
Thank you, Dr. Shaktivel. Thank you, IACC, for giving me this opportunity of talking today. Let me jump right into the subject. India is today the world's largest producer of cotton, world's second largest producer of polyester, as well as viscose. 99% of the raw materials in the textile industry comprise of these three products. Other than this, India is also a small size player in the nylon segment and in the acrylic segment. So if within these five specific raw materials, India, 99.5% of the textile fashion spectrum is there in these five products. India is the leading producer. Having said that, India is also one of the leading producers of cotton yarn, polyester cotton yarn, viscose yarns, nylon extruded filament yarns. India did not have the capability of spandex yarns. Today, India is again a very leading producer of spandex yarn with 2 producers and no producers jumping in the near future. So across the value chain, textile value chain, there are 2 concepts. One is nearshoring and fast-shoring. So what is nearshoring? If you take it USA, America as a continent, nearshoring is done by Mexico, and some of the South American countries. If you take Europe, nearshoring is done by Turkey. But what nearshoring does is that it serves the fast-moving, high-value segment. Far-shoring is done by countries like India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, China, Vietnam, etc. Among these countries, Indonesia is one of these countries. Among these countries, 2 countries have complete raw material strength. One is, of course, China, and the second one is India. In the case of India, the biggest added advantage for any person, any brand sourcing from India is the fashion design capability. When I mean fashion design capability, India has been traditionally a lot of textile clusters. When I mean traditionally in the sense for the last 300 years, Panipat is the carpet cluster, Kanchipuram is the silk cluster, Kannur is a home textile cluster. Tirupur, for the last 50 years, is a knit fabric cluster. Kolkata has been a traditional sari cluster. So across India, there are more than 200 clusters which have been designing products. Jaipur is a big print cluster. So that has been designing products and delivering high fashion, high value garments across India. So when modernization, India is modernizing its textile industry, modernization is meeting traditional, fantastic quality garments, fantastically designed garments are today adorning the shelves of European and American. Of course, India is not, somebody comes and asks for 10 million pieces of something, India might not be very competitive, but India is also getting there. So today, I spoke about cotton. I spoke about the cluster. So from cotton, India has now become a very large yarn producer. And now from yarn, all kinds of yarn, India has also become a very large fabric exporter. If you look at one specific example, which is home textiles, India today holds close to 55% market share in the home textile sector between 20 to 50 odd companies, whether carpets or, bed sheets or towels. India is the largest exporter. India has been able to, compete with global companies across the globe and able to deliver value, high value and value home textiles. So India is today trying to replicate as a country across the value chain, be it knit goods, be it MMF. MMF, we had a traditional disadvantage in the form of high duties and with less processing capacity. Today, that high duties have disappeared. India is very competitive. What is needs to follow up in India is a processing of MMF, and that is also coming in quickly at a very fast pace across the textile clusters. What India was missing is somebody asked I can explain to you, since we are in woven fabrics, I can explain to you about woven fabric. If somebody came and ordered 100,000 yards of a typical fabric to be woven and then given it to a garmenter, we had lead times, we had extended lead times. But today, with more than 20 to 50,000 adjet looms coming in the last few years, and every year 10 to 15,000 adjet looms coming in, India has become very competitive in the woven sector. Knits, we've been traditionally competitive, where thanks to Dr. Saktivel, he's made a couple of knit clusters very successful. Woven, also India is coming in a big way. Carpet out of Lucknow, out of Panipat, out of Hathras is also coming in a big way. So I think in the China plus one opportunity, whether it's raw material in the form of fibers, yarn, filaments, or currently finished goods, India is very competitive. Lead times are much faster. With Indian garmenters investing in digitization, we've seen right in front of our eyes, in the last COVID times, how Indian garmenters have invested in massive digitization. India has moved towards faster delivery time and faster shipment time. One area which I would like to, my next speaker is going to talk about it in detail, is sustainability. India does real sustainability, which Ilangovan is going to tell. So across the spectrum, manpower, capability to produce, capability to deliver, capability to design, capability to digitize, India is forefront today, leading the world. And I think with these words, I'd like to conclude my talk. India is the right source for you guys to source from. Thank you.
Thank you, Srihari. Your very brief and crisp information. Maybe then second round, you can talk about a little about your company also. The first round, thank you for all the information given. Now I'm going to request Mr. Ilangovan. He owns the biggest buying house in Asia. He has got office all over Dhaka, Dubai, UK, and USA, and more than 100 exporters he's giving orders. He's again a textile graduate, and I know Mr. Ilangovan for the last 35 years. He's one of the successful entrepreneur in our textile industry. He has made many small exporters or MSME sector to come into export were all job workers. They were with the help of Mr. Ilangovan, with the giving them and supporting them with the orders. He made many people I know to become a biggest exporters who were doing only 50 lakhs, 60 lakhs exports. Now they started doing 100 crores, 150 exporters. I know many exporters who is doing for Mr. Ilango. And Mr. Ilango is always interested in to serve the textile industry. And he is the one person I have seen, he never minds to knowledge or to share his knowledge to the co-industrialists or co-exporters. So really, Ilango, this workshop is going to be benefited with your address. And you will be speaking on sustainability on Indian apparel industry. Mr. Ilango, please. And also he is a EC member in Apparel Export Promotion Council and also on FIO. And he is the president of Buying House Association. Over to Ilango.
Thank you, Dr. Shaktivel. And I thank the Indo-American Chamber of Commerce for having given this opportunity, this virtual opportunity to address people both in India and the US. And today my topic is on the sustainable trade practices of the Indian apparel industry. I think today, in the past, the apparel industry have unintentionally got into destructive effects on the environment in the process of apparel manufacturing. Environmental activists both in India and USA have been making a huge noise to correct the situation. India, as you know, always adapts itself to any demands from the market, was also the first one to get into the sustainability process. And today we see the Indian apparel industry getting into the sustainable trade practices right from raw material sourcing to the actual apparel sewing facilities. Let me start with the raw material sustainable processes. See, today, cotton is the major fiber which is being exported to out of India. So what are we doing with regards to the sustainability with cotton fiber? See, India cultivates cotton in about 10.31 million hectares, of which we compromise about 30% of the land area in the global cotton cultivation. So cotton being an important fiber for India, so there were a lot of active NGOs who are the instance of the Western retailers started training the farmers in the sustainable practices, right from cotton cultivation, cotton harvesting, and all that. So what happens here is that cotton cultivation consumes a lot of water. So and also the farmers use a lot of pesticides, herbicides, and fertilizers, which are all chemical, which have all chemical consequences, which is harmful to the environment. So there are a lot of NGOs, activists. I would not name them because there are a lot of. For example, there's an NGO called Cotton Connect, which trains the farmers in sustainable practices in the cotton cultivation. So what has happened now is that we also call it better cotton initiatives. Farmers have started using rational amount of water in farming in the cotton cultivation, and also they have also reduced the usage of pesticides and fertilizers in the cultivation. So the farmers have also tasted the success in this because they think that because they gain the quality was better and they get a better price realization. So most of the farmers have started practicing this in the cotton growing area, mostly in Gujarat and Maharashtra, which are the main source of large cultivators of cotton. Next, coming to the fabric stage, the fabric stage, wet processing is the largest polluter for the industry. So with the help of the government policies and the voluntary steps, initiatives for the industry's entrepreneurs, the India developed a process called zero liquid discharge in the wet processing of the fabrics. So today, the effluents let out from these wet processing units are treated and recycled, and it is used again. So which is a unique process which India has been a pioneer in this process, and therefore we can absolutely say, for example, in Tirupur, I've been advocating for branding Tirupur goods as green products, because every product dyed and printed in Tirupur goes through this process, so zero liquid discharge process. And so this sustainable practice in the wet processing has been greatly appreciated by the Europeans, especially Germany and Scandinavians. There have been a lot of visitors from overseas who have come and seen it for themselves, that our dyeing processes and the way we treat the water and recycle the water. So next comes the actual sewing processes. There are a lot of, India has a large number of LEED certified garment manufacturing facilities. But what is LEED? LEED means Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design. This is a certification awarded by the US Green Building Council. So from this, friends, you can understand how committed the Indian apparel manufacturers are towards sustainability. And in order to support this and make this planet better for the next generation, we request you to support us by sourcing a lot of goods from India. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lago. Thank you very much. Now I am seeing our His Excellency Consulate General of India, and we see, sir, good morning, sir, for coming into the VC, and really day one you encourage us for especially apparel industry. Thank you, sir. Again, I will request, when you talked about this opportunities with the USA, we have a great opportunity with the MMF also, this man-made fiber garments also. In the sense, made-ups and man-made fiber garments, because made-ups is having a big sale in the USA from Indian sector or Indian exporters. The made-ups is one thing that it is used by all the sectors, hotel, by you name it, every sector is using this made-ups. Especially now, we are also biggest manufacturer of PPE garments. Now we supply gloves and masks all over the world, and especially to big quantity in the USA. And we are all certified manufacturers. So again, I want to request Mr. Srihari to tell about his own company, what he does and what is the opportunity he finds in the USA. Srihari, please.
Yeah, I can share a small presentation on our company.
Yes, sir, please go ahead. You can share your presentation.
That's what we're doing. You can see my screen?
Yeah, we can see it. Please go ahead.
So, as Mr. Longo said, a lot of us are talking about, sustainability, and, so we thought we will redefine the future of denim fabric sustainability. So how we did that is, of course, there's a small introduction about how many spindles we are and how many daughters we are, how many denim fabric companies we have. So this is on a 33-acre land. It's the world's only zero solid discharge, zero liquid discharge facility. And we are the only company in India to have a Green Co rating, Green Co Gold rating in the processing sector. And 100% of all the products we make, including yarn and fabric, are green product rated. You know, this is again, this particular green product rating is recognized in 34 eco labels in 60 countries. So every kilogram of yarn we make and every meter of fabric we make, you know, it's recognized in 34 eco labels. This is the kind of opportunity India can create as a country. The reason why I'm showing you this is more companies are now trying to get into this, because we have European companies coming and selling us their certificates. We thought, why can't we use and develop what we are doing and brand it? So these are some of these certificates that recognize the yarn we make and the fabric that we make. If you look at Germany, it's the Blue Angel Network. If you look at Germany, there's one more. If you look at you know, Japan, it's the EcoMark program. If you look at USA, it's the Green Seal. If you look at some of the Nordic countries, the Nordic Swan. So our yarn and fabric, basic raw materials are recognized in 34 labels in 60 countries. Our HIG rating is also pretty high. We've also branded our denim fabric. We happen to be, so India has this opportunity where we can brand our fabrics, we can brand our services. Today, services are branded, fabric is not branded, yarn is not branded. We happen to be one of the few companies which is branded as it as green denim. And we give a guarantee. So I said of less than 15 liters. Typically, they use 60 to 120 liters. We give a guarantee. And the process is what is, some of it is patented. For example, 80% dye uptake is patented. A couple of these things on the left-hand side are patented. And on the and we have branded the entire process. The process of making denim, we have branded as green denim. And we are recognized by the Ellen MacArthur Foundation for as a part of the jeans redesign. We happen to be the only fabric mill from India to be recognized by the Ellen MacArthur Foundation. Other than this, there is a couple of fabric mills in Bangladesh and one in Pakistan, and most of them are garmenters who are part of this program. And all these brands, recognize this particular branding by the Ellen MacArthur Foundation. So we are winner of the National Water Award, and we've also, the biggest problem with basic textile producers is delivery times. We give next day delivery of fabric across 60 of our stores, 56 of our stores, next day delivery. Again, we just used Amazon Prime and called it KG Fabrics Prime, and we were able to deliver. We are a great place to work certified. We also have adopted a government ITI in Rameshwaram, near Rameshwaram, Paramukudi ITI, and we run it. We also run a Flexi integrated ITI program in our locations. We also run India's largest skill development center. So these are some things that we do without spending any extra money. But, we can, make our people very sustainable. This is just to showcase. These are photographs of our integrated ITI. This is our motor lab. This is our electronics lab, people writing exams, So we are now certified by Inditex, Joint Life Initiatives. So we have branded our yarn. We branded our fabric. We also so what we do is, these are the certificates which are available in the market. So what we do is, our brand enables these brands to become better. Or it's just pure base AI or pure organic, you can then follow a very dirty process, but we see to that we do a very clean process. We've also digitized the entire 7,000 products. We happen to be the only denim company in the world to have digitized 7,000 products, and they're able to see the samples next day. So we also close all our presentations. I'm sorry, this is a very fast presentation. Because of time, we've had to cull down 30 slides to 5 or 10. So sustainability, we say, is like meditation. I know it has to come from within. And so I'm sorry I rushed through the presentation, but this is the kind of opportunity a lot of textile companies, especially from Tamil Nadu in India, with almost 15,000 megawatt of renewable sources, can deliver to the globe. Thank you. So your mic is off, sir.
Sir, unmute yourself.
Thank you, Sri. You not only spoke about sustainability, but what your own company does, and you prove yourself. You are one of the company that believes in sustainability, and you follow it strictly. With this, now as Sri talked about his own company, that I wanted to request Mr. Ilango, how you find the USA market, because you have an office in the USA and also in Europe. So what is going to be the future for export out of India to USA? Mr. Ilango, please.
So, Dr. Shaktivel, thank you for giving me the opportunity again. I think the opportunity of exports of garments out of India to the US is very bright. You know, today all the Western retailers are talking about de-risking China. So this is a great opportunity for us. And every exporter I meet in my daily life, I tell them to expand their capacities, because today we have to be ready with the capacities, because there's going to be a windfall, you know, especially with the diversion of orders from China to India. You know, India is a unique sourcing country where, you know, you find high fashion being manufactured in places like Jaipur and Delhi, and you find all the core garments in hosiery being manufactured in Ludhiana and Tirupur. Tirupur is one of the largest knitwear manufacturing center, and our buying office works with around 100 factories in this particular region. We source products from 100 factories, and our weekly shipments to Europe and America is to the tune of 1.52 million units every week. So I find that the quantity is surging in the recent months because of the Chinese, the diversion of the orders from China to India. So I think the opportunity is great, and I request American importers to come and see for themselves the infrastructure we have, you know, the kind of services we can give, and you know, India is not like us in the past. You know, today they've gone through many phases in the export business, and today commitment and delivery and quality are the key words. And added to that, every other retailer is looking for a sustainable green label. As Mr. Hari said, he has got a lot of green certifications like that. A lot of factories in Tirupur have green certifications from various organizations, credible organizations in Europe and US. So I request the American importers to come and focus in Tirupur. Will be a great alternative to China. And I thank the IACC once again, and I thank the Consulate General for your presence. And I'm sure that you will promote India in a big way. Thank you.
Thank you, Yalangub. As we have the opportunity to have our His Excellency Consulate General of India at New York, I request His Excellency to say a few words so that all our participants will be benefited. Sir, please, sir.
Dr. Shaktivel, good morning, and good morning everybody in the panel. So it's very, we are very happy that we have done this show in which apparel companies are participating, and it's a big opportunity for us. Like Mr. Elango has just said that companies in USA are diversifying. They are looking up at other countries also. So we have opportunity here, and luckily, we have capacity also to do this, and Ministry of Commerce is also pushing us for increasing the trade with USA. Last year, the target was 400 billion all over the world. This year is 500, and they have also increased our target for USA also. So I would just like to inform that there is some Indian group, and it is organizing a big exhibition of apparel and denims and everything in Atlanta from June 9, 10, and 11. These are the 3 dates. And they have told us they wanted our help also. They have told us some 80 companies have already registered with them, SMEs, and also Handloom Export Promotion Council will also join them. And they have also spoken with Government of Karnataka. So I will share their number and their details with Ms. Sujata, so that you can also participate in that, because there is nothing better than joining, bringing your material to the place, and because this is all the matter of feel, and when they see by their own hands, they do B2B. It is better to have your presence there in Atlanta. So that is all I had to say, that there is an expo being planned. So in case you want to participate, it will be best opportunity. the importers will be there. They will have experience of your product right in front of them. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for promoting this Atlanta fair. Actually, myself and Ilango also part of that promotion.
Oh, good.
Show they were there.
Oh, great, great.
Only 3 days back, I met Minister of State also, textile. She is a textile manufacturer herself. So I requested her to head the delegation to Atlanta so that we'll have a more participant, or also it will have a more brand when she comes in. So, sir, thank you, sir. We are also promoting, maybe myself and Ilango, maybe they are coming to them. That time we will have opportunity to meet you also, sir. So once again, I thank on behalf of IAC for participating in this workshop and giving your inputs. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, and very
Thank you, sir.
that you're already on board. Thank you.